What's up, everybody? This is Kenneth Peavy here from KennethPeavy.com. Another episode with Crushing It with Kenneth. Today is Wednesday, and we're having a good time talking about good things. And the topic for today is going to be high-intensity exercise versus low-intensity exercise. What are the benefits? One's better, one's worse. Does it really matter? I know that over the years, I have dabbled in all kinds of things to try to help with losing some weight, losing some body fat, changing body composition. And I think the most important thing to realize is that it doesn't really matter what you do, as long as you're active, you're moving around, getting your body moving, doing the things that it was meant to do naturally. I will say that looking back, Facebook has a good thing as far as bringing back memories from the past. It lets you see things that you've done. And today I looked at something from like 6 years ago. It was a memory. I guess it's called a memories or whatever. And it showed me doing something. I think I had I had just worked out or something, and I was showing examples of food. That's something that I've always done, especially over the last 10 years, is taking pictures of my food, showing what I'm doing as far as eating. And you I kind of had forgotten about how long I had been actually promoting health and wellness and being active and being in shape. And it was, it really brought to my mind the picture of being consistent. Because no matter what you do, being consistent over time is what's going to give you the real results. Now, a little bit about my story. I know some of you may not know, but I was in the Marine Corps, retired for 22 years. And, most people that serve in active duty, when they get to the point where they retire, they're like, I'm not running another mile, I'm not jumping, I'm not doing anything. At least that's what you feel for the first couple of months or so, maybe a year after you retire. When I got to the point, I had ballooned up to 250 pounds. And I just felt miserable, didn't like how I felt in my own skin. Looking in the mirror, and I was like, wow, I am better than this. Because the person that I saw in my mind was totally different than the person I saw in the mirror. So I had to make a change. I used to drink sodas all the time. My favorite choice was Dr. Pepper. Play video games, go to LAN parties, play video games, drink sodas and play all day. And over time, that type of stuff will catch up to you. And so when I got to the point where I was just so disgusted and busted with what I looked and how I felt, I had to make a change. So I a good friend of mine had told me about P90X. So I saw the infomercial, and actually, it wasn't a good friend of mine, it was my brother. My brother Chris had done the memory, getting old. But he had done P90X, and he got some great results. I was like, man, dude, what are you doing? And so he told me, man, I'm doing this in-home program, man. It's really great. So I said, well, let me try it. So I went and ordered, got my copy of it, and did the program. It was painful, like you can imagine when you start something that you hadn't, even though I was a Marine, I had not done anything physical for a while. And so got the program worked out and lost like 30 pounds in 90 days. Had great results, and I was all about it. And then that started me on the journey of trying to, once you do that, then, one thing about the body is it's such an amazing machine that it will always constantly find ways to get back to what it considers normal. So what you consider normal, what your body consider normal, we're all same humans, but we're all different. So that's why, it's good to experiment with different types of activity. Sometimes I've had great success with just walking, just walk for like at least 30 minutes a day, low intensity, low impact. And I think the one thing about walking is, which you really don't think about, it gives you a chance to just kind of like be free in your own thoughts, especially if you don't take the music with you, you take the earbuds out, and you just walk and you take in the sounds of earth and nature and listen to birds and dogs barking and cars moving and, you know, and taking all the smells, you know, and that could be good or bad, you know. I remember, you know, being so hyper focused sometimes you're walking in you're in your own thoughts, and every little smell, like a car would come by, and if it was an older type of a car and the exhaust, you could smell that and you'd be like, it's not really good. But just being, and I think that has something to do with your mental psyche too, because it's relaxing and it gives you a chance to go inward. You know, a lot of times when, you know, physical activity, especially this time of year, people are focused on the outward exterior compositions of their body, but the most important thing to really heal is from the inside. So healing your gut health is most important because that's where everything starts and happens. So if you don't have good, healthy gut health, 9 times out of 10, it's going to manifest in other problems within your body. So that's why most people will always tell you to focus on, okay, what are you eating? What types of supplements are you taking in order to enhance your gut health and make that a little stronger, your immune system? Because if you don't build up your immune system, then you're subject to catch any and everything. And so that's half of the battle. So getting back to my low impact, you know, we talked about walking. That's one of the benefits. So you got the mind, body, soul, and all that stuff. You know, examples of low intensity exercise could be walking. Zumba can be a low intensity activity, especially if you are taking it at a lower, slower pace and you're not really exerting yourself into the moves. That's one thing, you know, whenever you do something, and it doesn't matter if it's, you know, Zumba or whatever activity you do, you can always increase the intensity of that activity just by putting more into it. So if you're focused, and a lot of times in class, I tell people say, oh, I wish I could get more out of this activity. Well, you can always raise your intensity level and start here with your intensity level and let it transform out through your body. Then that will help with elevating your activity level. Treadmills, those are things that can help with low impact. I used to have a few of those, and you can either go to a gym as well, or you can get your own variety and just be consistent with using that. High intensity, I remember some of the things back like 6, 7, 8 years ago, workout programs. I started workout programs in the home first. So Insanity was a very popular one a few years ago, and probably still is. I did that, and it was good because it's, you know, it was a good variety, you know, and the whole thing is like, most people get psyched out because they say, well, I couldn't do 45 minutes of this activity continuously. But here again, it's not about being able to do and compete and stay with everybody on the videos. It's all about working at your pace and doing your best and showing up every day and pushing that button to hit play or putting on those shoes to go out and take a walk. Showing up every day for yourself, that is where you win. So sometimes, you know, and as a competitive type of person, we all have a little bit of a competitive spirit and nature about ourselves. And sometimes you want to say, wow, you know, I wish I really could do, you know, and you just set goals. Like at one point, I remember having a goal. It's like, okay, I just want to make it through the warm-up. If I could make it through the warm-up and keep up with Shanti, that would be truly, truly awesome. And I remember those milestones when I did that. And it's like, I said, man, this is just a warm-up. I made it through the warm-up. And you just got to take everything in stock. And, you know, there were high energy days and there were low energy days where I didn't really do the workouts as great as I could, but I kept moving as much as I could. And then sometimes time is going to be a factor. So, you know, do what you can when you can, show up when you can, do your best. One of the sayings that Tony Horton always used to say, do your best, forget the rest. And that's really true. I mean, so we talked about low intensity, high intensity, and the thing that puts everything together, it doesn't matter. If you monitor what you eat and don't get too crazy about, you know, macros and, oh, I got to have this amount of stuff. I mean, I used to do that stuff, but then in the end, it really doesn't matter. I mean, food is just nutrients, and the better quality food you eat, the better your body will perform. I always like to use the analogy with going to the gas station. We have a high performance vehicle, and you have the choice of putting regular, unleaded, or premium in the tank for fuel. Which one are you going to put in your very, very expensive luxury automobile? You're not going to put regular fuel in there. Well, you can, but it won't perform at its best. And so that's the whole thing. It's like the better stuff that you put in, the better that you will be able to get out of your body. And your body will say, okay, dude or dudette, I like what you're doing. Let's go ahead and make this happen for you. So really, low intensity, high intensity, I think you need a variety of that. And we haven't even talked about resistance training, because that's good too. Your body needs that. And I know I'm speaking to my Zumba folks. We like our Zumba and stuff, but you got to venture out and try different things so that the body will constantly adapt and change. And it's like, okay, yeah, we're doing this. We're not just doing one particular thing. Because once the body knows that all you're going to do is exert X amount of energy for 20 or 30 minutes, and that's all it's not going to allow you to really burn that fat the way that you want to do it. So you constantly have to keep the body guessing. Sometimes fasting is good, so give your digestive system a break. So I think cumulatively, low intensity, high intensity, nutrition, rest, all that stuff plays a part. And the number one thing that, if I could say anything else, is above everything else, is being consistent and doing it over time. So hopefully that helps you when you start thinking about which activity is best for fat loss and all that. It really doesn't matter. Just be active, stay consistent, and you will get your goals. You will reach your goals. All right, hopefully you've got some good content from today's video. Like I said, my name is Kenneth Peavy. You can check out my blog at www.kennethpeavy.com. You also have a YouTube channel. It's www.youtube.com. I think it's K Peavy or Kenneth Peavy. Can't remember. I should have researched that, but I'll put the links and the ways you can stay connected with me in the comments below. And hopefully, if you got value out of this, please come back on another video. Please, please, please like, comment, and share. And you all have a wonderful day. Peace. Talk to you later.